I hate my 22 female boyfriend, 24 male Christmas gifts. To preface, we've only been dating for like 2 months. For Christmas, I asked him to send me a list of things he might like for Christmas, which he did. I got a few items from the list for him and something personal not on the list. For me, I told him I like jewelry, it doesn't need to be expensive, and workout clothes since I do hot Pilates. He got me a $12 water bottle from Amazon. I am an Owala water bottle person and he knows that. Wool socks, and an ornament. I live in an apartment, I don't have a Christmas tree. These are things I never wanted, never asked, and pretty disappointed. I told him what I wanted, he got me stuff that I have no use for. We've only been dating for 2 months, so I don't know if I should bring it up. He asked me what water bottle brand I liked and I told him, so I don't understand why he would get me one he knows I would not use. For Christmas I got him a loose leaf tee set since he likes tee, polo shirt, couple sweatpants, a workout shirt, and personally designed Godzilla socks because he loved Godzilla. All but for the last item was on his list. His sister and mom got me better gifts like a body scrub set, which I'll actually use. I got gloves and an Applebee's gift card. I feel like with everything that has went on for the last 2 months and this, I am seriously considering ending the relationship. For more info, he shitted on my hobbies of liking hot Pilates, saying it's not a real workout. I am black and he's white. He has made some racially insensitive jokes, one about blackface and one about me being a day hire at my job. I'm a product analyst in wealth management. Also, saying I have no hobbies and Pilates isn't a hobby. I have a hard time breaking things off with people. You buried the lead. This isn't about the crappy gifts. Your boyfriend is a racist puss. Get Out isn't just the name of a movie, girl, it's also good advice. If he says shit like that to your face and thinks it's acceptable, imagine what is said in your absence. I wouldn't break up with him for the gifts, since he might have tried. But I definitely would break up with him over that last paragraph. He's racist and belittling you. Yeah, it'd get rid. Sounds like you're not very compatible, and if you're having doubts this early it definitely won't last. This is insane. Not only did he get you crap gifts and completely ignore what you said you wanted, he sounds racist. This is the nail in the coffin. He has made some racially insensitive jokes, one about blackface and one about me being a day hire at my job. I'm a product analyst in wealth management. Also, saying I have no hobbies and Pilates isn't a hobby. I have a hard time breaking things off with people. If a white man is making any type of racial joke to you, it's time to move on. I'm feeling uneasy, 28 female, about my husband, 27 male, even though I know nothing happened. Yesterday was Christmas and my husband had organized to have a work friend, a bit older than both of us, over for the afternoon as she doesn't really have any friends or family for Christmas, which I was fine with as she has occasionally come over after they finished work. I had work today so I could stay up too late with them. She shows up at like 7 p.m. and I headed to bed around 10:30 p.m. I woke up around 2 a.m. and she was still over drinking together, woke again around 4 a.m. and husband was just getting in bed and she was gone. I know he wouldn't do anything like cheat, but I still feel a bit weird that she stayed that long. I know the best thing would be to actually talk with him, but I won't have a chance until way later in the day. Just wanted a bit of outside perspective as this is all I can think of and I'm getting a bit worked up in my head. You're allowed to have a calm, rational discussion with your husband about your feelings. Hopefully he understands where you're coming from, makes you feel more comfortable on the matter, and you guys can put this issue to bed. I've been in situations where me and a friend have been intoxicated and the conversation drags long into the night. When I'm drinking I'm a talker, and if I get chatting with someone who is also a drunk talker, it could drag on all night. Male or female, it doesn't matter. As long as we are having a good chat I never want the night to end. From that perspective I could totally see carrying on visiting all night, but from your perspective I can see the uncertainty. Definitely have a conversation with him and clear things up. If they were just carrying on with regular life drama he'll be happy to admit that. If it's not that then he'll get defensive and probably tell you you're overreacting and blah blah blah. Look into it for sure anyway. I'd keep the conversation gender neutral to start with and non-accusatory. Hey hun, I heard you come to bed at 4 last night. I'm just letting you know I'm not 100% comfortable having a guest stay that long while I'm sleeping. Every time I felt like something was off, it was. Trust your intuition, don't ignore that feeling just because it feels silly. He won't admit anything when you ask him, just take note and observe his behavior going forward. They end up telling on themselves. If you tell him, and something is going on, he will just hide it better. I don't see any reason to make anything of it except a long conversation about who knows what. She has been over before after work without issue and is a friend, company worker who is older than either one of you. It was very kind of the two of you to invite her to your home so she wouldn't be alone on Christmas Day. Consider that you could walk in on them at any time just as you did at 2 a.m. Can you honestly rationalize them messing around while you were in bed? She could have also been sobering up a bit before driving home. Just check with Hubs later on whether she made it home safely and how she seemed when she left. Act like nothing more than a concerned hostess. I think it's sweet for your husband to have that gesture towards her. I've been in her shoes and it gets really lonely around this time of the year when you have no one around. I also think she might have overstayed her welcome because staying till 4 or so is a lot. You can talk to your husband about it. If it were me I would feel uncomfortable not because she's a woman but because it's a guest who stayed until very late. He was probably tired too. It's awkward when you're hosting and the guest won't leave. It all depends on how much you trust him, but in my opinion you can definitely have a conversation about it. My girlfriend, 27 female, chose to go to work instead of support me, 29 male, during my mom's funeral. This year my mom was diagnosed with terminal cancer and unfortunately she passed away at the beginning of the month. We arranged the funeral and it was for last week. I've been with my girlfriend for just under 4 years. We were talking about the funeral plans and I assumed my girlfriend would be coming with me, but she said she can't as she has a presentation at work and has to make sure work gets handed over before she's off over Christmas. I asked if she was serious and pointed out she's entitled to a day of compassionate leave at most places, but she said she can't really take it since she has work to do. I asked if she was seriously prioritizing work over supporting me and she said she couldn't help needing to hand things over. I walked away after she said that. The day of the funeral came and she went to work while I was preparing for the funeral. She just said she hopes it goes okay and she'll be thinking of me. The funeral goes as well as it could have, but it stood out to me that my siblings and other relatives had their partners for support whereas I didn't. When I got home my girlfriend asked how it went and I just told her we were over. She said I shouldn't be punishing her for needing to work, but I just said I want a partner who actually supports me and it's clear she doesn't. She again said I was punishing her, but I just told her we were done. She said I was being too irrational and should not be making big decisions and shouldn't be punishing her for working. How would you handle this? TLDR, my girlfriend chose to go to work instead of support me on the day of my mom's funeral. When I ended the relationship she said I was being unfair for punishing her. Most places I've worked at wouldn't allow compassionate leave for a partner's parent if not married. That being said, if that happened to my partner I would have taken an urgent leave even if it's unpaid. Yeah, if she's not there for you for your mother's funeral, then really what are the chances that her lack of compassion will stop with this? Could you rely on her to be there for you for other huge life events? The fact that you broke up is a direct consequence for her not being there for you. You're not being irrational. She sent you a friendly text on the day of your mom's funeral. Those kinds of texts are for bad days or a thing at work, not your parent passing away. You're making the right call. The worst thing you could possibly do would be to stay together. You won't be able to move past this and you shouldn't. She could have taken a day, but that would have impacted her work and Christmas vacation too much. How inconvenient for her that your life-altering event was getting in the way of that. Stay strong. It would be easier to have her around, but you should be around the people that want to be there for you. You made the right choice. You deserve so much better. I'm so sorry about your mom. I'm with you. In a relationship of 4 years, many people would seriously be considering getting married or at the very least have a deep sense of commitment to safeguarding their partner's well-being and care. Your GF's deep sense of commitment, after 4 years, is about work, not you or how you feel. This wasn't like you asking her to take time off because your pet goldfish died. This is your mother. Her potential mother-in-law in certain situations. She's gaslighting you as if you're overreacting. You're not. This isn't punishing, you're taking stock of her value of the relationship, and it's lacking. What's unfair is not having a long-term partner help you for one day deal with one of the worst griefs a person can endure. Please quote me on that. Ah yeah, that's really crappy. Really crappy. I think I would have done the same as you. There would be no coming back from that for me. How do I get husband, 35M, to stop unwarranted quips about my 34F spending? How do I get my husband to stop the little jokes about my spending money? My husband regularly jokes or quips that I spend too much money or can't save money. We split all finances and have a very good handle on all of it. I have zero debt, split paying our mortgage and bills, and have a very well-paying job. We both make near $200,000 annually, so money isn't exactly an issue. Each month when we look at our expenses, my spending is nearly always higher, but I end up being the one paying for groceries, household items, cleaning, pet stuff, decor, and many things for him. Like if he needs new moisturizer, I'll add it into one of my Amazon or other orders. He often makes little jokes or comments. But lately it's really bothering me. I've told him it does and he says he knows I don't spend all our money and he's just joking. How do I get him to let go of this trope? How do I get him to stop with the little comments and jokes? Tell him he's right. You've examined your spending and see that it is way too high. So from now on you'll be splitting grocery costs evenly. And the next time he wants to add on to your Amazon order, tell him it isn't in your budget. Stop buying things for him. He can buy his shit himself and split all household costs 50-50. That means cleaning stuff and groceries too. Put all your finances on a spreadsheet and highlight those spent on the household items, his personal items, and groceries. When he mentions it again, ask him where he would like you to cut back. No more getting anything for him? No more groceries? No more stocking up on toilet paper, shampoo, etc.? If he cannot agree that you need to stop spending on anything, then make him agree to die on that hill and stop with the spending comments. Perhaps this is what he heard his dad tell his mom over and over, and he truly doesn't realize what is coming out of his mouth, but he definitely needs a reset. We split all finances. Split finances or shared finances? If split, why do you even let him see all your spending? Just pay for half the joint expenses and the rest of your spending is none of his business and not information he needs access to. Tell him every single time that you don't like it, and ask if you need to stop paying for his things or mutual things so he gets the message. When people won't hear you, sometimes they need to feel you. 100% stop taking the lead on shopping. Let the shampoo, toothpaste, deodorant, eggs, bread, toilet paper, run out and sit on your hands for 3+ months and watch it happen. Use up all your travel size stuff that we all have in that drawer. Stop it. Remember, he lived alone before you, so he knows how to adult. Maybe this will help. My ex and I had separate savings, but we had one common account. We did the math and decided how much all of our common household expenses were a month, and we dropped that money into the mutual account to draw from. The individual contributions was a percentage amount of what we earned. I made more, so I contributed more. Any overage stayed in that account as bills fluctuate. It worked great for us and it was really fair.